Hello, I'm Frank Caruso, producer of Oregon Life, and welcome to a brand new episode. We're visiting Karla Storlid, who is a visionary. I refer to her as an artist, an entrepreneur. She has created from the bones of a vacant building into this magnificent hall where she rents antique furniture for weddings, businesses, photographers, filmmakers, and then upstairs, a magical bed and breakfast, as you will see in this episode. Now, again, I always want to thank Toro Horse Insurance for being there for OCAmedia and Oregon Life to bring these wonderful programs to you. If you would like to be a sponsor, there's a link below to visit our donation page or contact Paul Zwicker at OCAmedia, and we can keep producing these wonderful programs that we bring to the community. Thank you for watching this episode of Oregon Life, and here we go with another new episode. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Karla Storlid, and I'm the owner of Atria Hall. And I've owned it for a year and a half, but just had my grand opening a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago actually, because we have been under construction and renovating everything in this place to make it gorgeous once again. It was built in the late 1800s, and it had been a general store. Upstairs had been a sample room, and a sample room, if you don't know, which I didn't know, is an area where salesmen bring their goods and their fabric and coats and samples, in other words, and put them upstairs and stay overnight. And during that time, clients and the store owner can order or buy or whatever. This building was connected, not physically, but the buildings to the right of my store, it was all called the United States Hotel. And we are right across the street from, which is called the Coffee Depot, but it had been the train depot of Edgerton. And it's still as authentic as it was back then as well. So when people walk into Atria Hall, they're greeted by this big rectangular piece of art, which is super heavy, but I can push it myself because it has wheels, which makes it very convenient. They're greeted by my cat sometimes, which is cool because it just draws people into, like, say, from the windows, is that real or not? So I keep it here sometimes. I like to have fun and do things that people are not expecting. This, however, is not just a big table. It's an actual grand square piano, and it's from around the same time that this building was purchased, or built. I did not purchase this piano. The Milton House in Milton, Wisconsin, which is the Underground Railroad site. It's actually a museum as well. I was one of the people who did the mosaic, which is amazing. If you have not been to the Milton House, you need to go to it. Anyway, they knew that I was starting to renovate this building, and they said, Karla, we want to get rid of this grand square piano. If you can move it, you can have it. So it was a gift to me. So when people rent out the space for showers or other events, I try to have them choose what furniture they'd like to have in the room, if any. You can have a room that just has tables and Chiavieri chairs, which is part of the rental, or you can choose some from my Collective Specialty Rentals website, and you can get the rates 50% off. This is just an example of some of the things that I have. This is one look with the suitcases and that. That tray is like one of my favorite things. You can have this as a backdrop for photos or comfortable seating during the event, so you're not sitting on the Chiavieri chairs the whole time. So with the showers, this is one of the other items that I like to have out. This is a Victorian baby buggy, and it has these side lights. There's a term for them. I cannot think of what it is right now. Anyway, I took the glass, and I had a glass garden in Janesville cut out some other stained glass colors. So this way, the people who are renting can choose whatever color window that goes with their theme colors. So I like to have a lot of fun, and I have props set out also just for people to play with. I feel like since COVID, everyone has been so isolated, and as humans, we need to learn to entertain ourselves again and learn how to have fun and maybe do it in a different way. And I love to fabricate fun in my settings. This is one of my favorite things, this setting right here. These couches and chairs, this French provincial, usually that is out for everything. It's neutral. It can have different colors on it as far as pillows go, or fur throws, and people really are fond of that. This is a grapevine wreath. It was welded together, and I can change the flowers. They can be real or dry. I made this with dry flowers by going around country roads and picking them myself, or picking hydrangeas from my garden and putting it all together. And not only was that therapeutic to do that, but it's now gorgeous. And this can also be part of your rental. And if you want to have different flowers, plastic flowers, real flowers, it's easy to do because none of it is glued in. You just stick it right in the grapevine wreath. So this is a great focal point for the whole room when you're opening presents and such. So you can have your drinks sitting here. Peacock chairs are very popular right now, but I have many other chairs to choose from. This one was just currently used this last weekend. The reason why this is a great focal point is because of this archway. It's from the original store. They must have wanted to grow, and so they broke through the wall. So this arch was not built originally. That's why you see the bricks. They just broke through it and then built this here to support the wall. But this was sort of a afterthought. And so this was all covered up then when they didn't want to be connected to the store next door. So when we were doing the staircase and we were sitting here looking at this, you could see the arch underneath, and my son and I, we were just very spontaneous. We said, "Do you want to break through this?" And I said, "Yes." And so that day we just started hammering away, and I'm really not used to doing that sort of labor. My son is, he's a stone carver, but my hand was black and blue and swollen, but that's just the kind of person I am. I'm passionate about everything, and when I make my mind up to do it, I do it. These are the stairs, and they're absolutely lovely. They mean a lot to me because at one point I was going to rip them out, thinking that we should have a separate exit to go upstairs and possible handicapped accessibility. But once they took the carpeting off, we realized that it was bird's eye maple, and it was just too beautiful to rip out. And the community is also attached to the staircase, lots of memories. So this is upstairs at Atria Hall. It has a double meaning, and that associates with the name of Atria Hall. Atria is plural, and lots of people may think that I named it Atria Hall because of the skylight, which is also an atrium, but atrium's single. Atria is plural, and upstairs has a double meaning as well. You can rent it out as an Airbnb. I have a king-size sofa sleeper and 2 queen-size Murphy beds, of which I have 1 out. And they just tuck into the wall, super simple, or pull out very easily as well. It is not strenuous, anybody can do it. So here's the queen-size bed, of which we have 2, and they're surprisingly comfortable, and so is the king-size sofa sleeper. It's firm memory foam. Now I have coats here also. I have hats. They're just all packed away. But this is another way that I like to encourage play, innocent play, just being silly and fun. And I do have men's clothes as well. This just happened to be handy, and I love it. So this is the shower and the water closet. We exposed more brick. We used all of the trim from the original building. I have washer and dryer. So if people do want to stay here long term, like let's say a week or something, I'd rent it out a month too. But if they wanted to do laundry here, it's right here for them. Here's some more trim from the original windows. I tried to salvage everything I could. This baby, however, is brand new, as is the mirror. If you have photo shoots here, or if you just want to have mood lighting, it's all here. And I'm not pushing it right, but it just changes the color. Sort of feel like Mr. Rogers right now, Mrs. Rogers. But this is the wardrobe that if you are staying here, you can put your things in here. Oop, not that one. I lock that side, but this is where, oop, you can't put that in there either. I do store my own things when no one's here. So this is the kitchen. It has everything you need. It has all of the china and coffee maker, everything you need in a kitchen, just like at home. I do have things when you rent out for a party as well. I have a 45 cup coffee maker. I have crafts. I have ice buckets. I have coolers that are buckets. Insulated coolers come in really handy as well. You can put your drinks in them, just dump ice in it, which you do need to purchase. I did not have an ice maker or did not buy a refrigerator with an ice maker. So that is something you would need to purchase. Otherwise, the tubs are for your use. This wall was also exposed by one of my builders and cleaned, and it has a finish on it, so, you know, it's not scratchy and dull. I did have some moss in it this summer that I stuck in there, and it looked really ethereal and pretty and just natural. The windows are like fireproof. They have chicken wire in them. They have air bubbles. They're authentic to the window as well. You cannot get them made anymore, and I absolutely love them, and I love seeing how the light comes in and shadows from the building behind it as the sun is setting. It just makes this kitchen just gorgeous. So this fireplace is obviously is a non-working fireplace, but it's not because I don't have it hooked up to gas or there's not a smokestack or anything. But there had been this rectangular butt out in the wall, and so I thought, hey, rather than having it, you know, just be sticking out, I wanted to create a focal point around it, so I chose a fireplace. Well, the story of the fireplace mantle is quite funny. I've bought most of my things for the place on Facebook Marketplace, and so I found a surround in Janesville, Wisconsin, and it was $100. And I thought, oh my gosh, I had to work till 4. I couldn't get it until then. I told the girl I will be there. You know, she didn't give me her address. And so at 4 o'clock, I said, okay, I'm on my way. What is your address? And she said, oh, I sold it. They could get here before you. Well, I didn't get upset, even though I was really upset. I said, okay, thank you. Have a good day. So then a couple weeks ago, I found another one in Mineral Point. It was $495. Still, that's on the cheap end. If you look in Chicago, they sell for over $1,000. So my husband and I made a night of it, and we went to Mineral Point. And the next day, we picked it up. It was in an antique store, you know, with the little cubicles and that. And so the man who had the fireplace, he's helping us carry it out of the store, and matter of fact, he says to my husband, so where are you all from? And I said, Janesville, Edgerton area. He said, oh, I just bought this on Courthouse Hill in Janesville the other week. It's the same fireplace. Obviously, it wants to stay in Rock County, so it's here. And we built, you know, a surround, and so it looks like it's been here for a while. I found this in Chicago, and we have it secured. I can change the fabric if I want to. Someday I may put tile. I'm just not there yet to make that decision. And this is what I turned my logo, Atria Hall, into. It's very special. My mom passed away, and she did know about this building. Before she died, she had been in here one time, probably a month before she passed away. And if you believe in this sort of thing, I believe she's a butterfly. And so I found this statue, and this sort of looks like me, and she always liked my hair up. So this is my logo for Atria Hall, and it's me looking at my mom, or vice versa. And it's going to sit here always. The space has a very good feeling in it, and I only want people to be happy and to celebrate family, friends, your loved one, your partner. You can sleep here, you can eat here, you can bathe here, you can shop in Edgerton, you can go to Lake Koshkonong. We're right in the middle of Madison, Chicago, Milwaukee. We're close to hiking, camping, all sorts of things. And if you're not a camper, you can sleep here and go visit the people that are camping. So goodbye. Thanks for watching this episode of Oregon Life at Atria Hall in Edgerton.